Welcome to Malabar College of Engineering and Technology online class. I continue the class Fourier integral and transforms. Next I am taking find the Fourier integral representation of the function f of x equal to 1 in if mod x less than 1, which means minus 1 less than x less than 1 and equal to 0 mod x greater than 1, and hence evaluate integral 0 to infinity cos omega x sin omega by omega d omega. So here Fourier integral representation of the function we have to find out. So Fourier integral of f of x is given by integral a omega cos omega x plus b omega sin omega x, where a omega equal to 1 by pi integral f of v cos omega v dv, b omega equal to 1 by pi integral f of v sin omega v dv. So first of all a omega v we have to find out, which is equal to 1 by pi integral minus infinity means, which means we have minus 1 to 1 here. So minus 1 to 1 f of v means f of x, which is equal to 1 cos omega v dv equal to 2 by pi integral of cos is, and we have to integrate this function here. This is 1 by pi here, and we know that cos is an even function in between minus 1 and 1. So we can write in place of 1 by pi 2 by pi 0 to 1. Minus 1 to 1 we can write 2 by pi integral 0 to 1, as cos minus theta is an even function in between minus 1 and 1. So minus 1 to 1 integral we can write 2 into integral 0 to 1. So which is equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to 1 cos omega v dv. Now we have to integrate cos omega v, which is sin omega v by omega, and 2 by pi is out. Upper limit is 1, lower limit is 0. Sin 1 means sin omega here, and sin 0, next term is 0 here, no need to write. Similarly, we have to find out b omega here. In place of v we have to substitute 1. F of v we have to substitute 1. 1 sin omega v dv, which is an odd function in between minus and 1, because sin minus theta is minus sin theta here. So which is an odd function. Odd function we know in minus 1 1 interval the integral value is 0. Otherwise we can directly integrate. We will see that the integral value is also 0. So we will get f of x equal to this sin term is 0, second term is 0 here. This b omega is 0, so that second term is vanished. So we will get only the first term, so f of x equal to 2 by pi. Why it is 2 by pi? It is 2 by pi here, sin omega v by omega divided by omega. Then we have cos omega x here, so we write cos omega x d omega. And we know, and we have this we write together, and 2 by pi we take the right side, it is which is pi by 2. Pi by 2 into f of x we will come. If we move this side from to the left side here, so I am writing here right side. From here to here, which is equal to pi by 2 into f of x, and f of x is 1 here, so we write f of x pi by 2 into 1 here if mod x less than 1, and equal to 0 here if mod x greater than 1, because pi by 2 into 0 is pi by 0 here. And we see that at 1 there is a chance of continuity and discontinuity, and we have to check whether it is continuous or discontinuous. And we see that pi by 2 into 1, which is pi by 2, then this one is 0 here, which means these two values are different here, so we have to take the average. There is a point of discontinuity at mod x equal to 1. At mod x equal to 1 there is a point of discontinuity, as there are these two values are different here, so we take the average 1 pi by 2 plus 0 by 2, which is pi by 4 at this point. So we'll get three values, one is pi by 2, one is pi by 4, one is 0, which is mod x less than 1, mod x equal to 1, mod x greater than 1. And in this result, if we put x equal to 0, we will get sin omega by omega dv d omega equal to pi by 2. Next we have to find the Fourier cosine integral of f of x equal to e raised to minus kx, x greater than 0, k greater than 0. So here we write the cosine integral of f of x, which is integral a omega cos omega x d omega, where a omega equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity f of v cos omega v dv, and we have f of x equal to minus kx, so f of v equal to minus kv here, so we substitute in place of k f of v minus k e raised to minus kv cos omega v dv. And this function we have to apply the formula here. The formula is e raised to integral e raised to ax cos bx dx equal to e raised to ax by a square plus b square into a cos bx plus b sin bx. A is minus k here, b is omega here. So e raised to ax means e raised to minus kv divided by a square plus b square means a is minus k square means k square plus omega square into minus a cos bx. A is minus k. A cos b is omega. So a cos bx plus b. A cos bx plus b is the omega here. B sin bx. The integral is from 0 to infinity. Next we have to apply the upper limit infinity, and we see that e raised to minus infinity is 0. The first term is 2 by pi into 0. First term will come 0 here in place, here 0 here. This full is 0 here, so 0 I am writing here minus. And if I am substituting 0 for v, this is e raised to 0 means it is 1 by k square plus omega square is as it is into minus cos v 0 here, so cos 0 will come plus sin 0 is 0. Sin 0 I am not writing here, so this will come only this term, and minus of minus is positive here, so I will get 2 by pi is out, 2 by pi into here k is the remaining, cos 0 is 1, is e raised to 0 is also 1, k by k square plus omega square. So we will get f of x equal to substituting this value here, 2 by 2k by pi k square plus omega square into cos omega x as in the formula d omega. Then 2k by pi taking out, we will get cos omega x by k square plus omega square d omega. And this is equal to f of x. So I am moving this 2k by pi to the left side, which is k by pi by 2k into f of x equal to e raised to minus kx. So we will get integral 0 to infinity cos omega x k square plus omega square d omega equal to pi by 2k e raised to minus kx. Next question I have to find the Fourier sine integral of f of x equal to e raised to minus kx. The same question it is, but sine instead of cos it is sine integral here. The same the formula we have to take sine formula here, sine integral sine formula, which is integral b omega sine omega x d omega, where b omega equal to 2 by pi f of v sine omega v dv, and f of v is e raised to minus kv. Substituting sine omega v e raised to minus kv sine omega v dv, we have to apply the formula here, e raised to x sin bx integral e raised to x sin bx dx equal to e raised to x by a square plus b square, a sin bx minus b, here it is minus b cos bx, a is minus k, b is omega. Substituting here e raised to minus e raised to x means e raised to minus kv. This we have to integrate, e raised to minus kv by a square is minus k whole square, which is k square plus omega square, b square is omega square, into a is minus k, a sin bx means sin omega v minus b is omega here, b cos omega v. The integral is from 0 to infinity. As before, we have to apply the limit here also. Infinity I am substituting e raised to minus infinity, which is 0, so the full term will come 0, and 0 if I am substituting e raised to 0 is 1 here, but I am writing 0 e raised to 0 itself here, by k square plus omega square, and this sin 0 is 0, so 0 minus, this minus is here minus, omega cos 0 I am writing here cos 0, then this minus of minus is positive here, multiplying minus of minus, omega will come, the remaining, this is 1, this is cos 0 is 1, e raised to 0 is 1, so 2 by pi into, here numerator will come only omega by k square plus omega square, I am writing k square plus omega square. Substituting this on b omega here, so f of x equal to b omega is 2 by pi omega by k square plus omega square sin omega x d omega, and taking 2 by pi out, it is a constant, so the rest will come like this, 2 by pi, the same it is, and this 2 by pi moving to the left side, so it is pi by 2 into f of x, pi by 2 into f of x. So from here to here the integral equal to the same integral, omega sin omega x d omega by k square plus omega square equal to pi by 2 into e raised to minus kx, where e raised to minus kx is our f of x. This is what about the fourth part. We will continue the next part in the next class. Thanks for watching.